Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv / the Xisuma, the second day of a Hermitcraft live stream weekend. I finished 12 hours ago. I was second to last yesterday, I'm starting today. And we got things to do. One of the first things would be to grab some food and some building materials. Actually, I think I might, yeah, yoinked some of what we need yesterday. Because I want to finish off what we were working on yesterday. Man has not golden carrots. Okay. I think I might need another shulker box as well. Welcome to all the peeps tuning in. Welcome everyone. We got some happy partner anniversary messages. That was technically yesterday. I don't know how Twitch handles this stuff though. Like maybe they treat it like a multiple day thing. Who knows? Right, actually, I thought I had a spare box. I have to make one. Anyway, we got plans for today. We're gonna go all over the place doing lots of little odds and sods and jobs and things that need doing. That's always good. Needed to bring some iron with me. Where's that box of iron? Here it is. Yeah, we'll bring all of that with us. That'll be important. Let's have a look in our details. Details chest. No, we've got hardly anything. Take some iron bars. Gonna need to figure out a few things where we're going. Billman68, the first noise and aria today. 86 months of support. Incredible, my dude. Bring in Evil X into his house. Food. Next objective. Food. Don't die. Next objective. Don't die. X, I was waiting to watch this stream, but I have to be around my family right now. Oh, cool. Go enjoy the time with your family, my dude. Yeah. I mean, thanks for waiting, but yeah, technically I've started early, by the way, you know. Ronnie Punked, thank you for gifting a sub to Veraloo. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting our community here. How do we get food, peeps? With pumpkins and carrots. That's how that works. Pumpkins and carrots. That's all of me pumpkins. There's all of me carrots. I guess I probably want a few more of these. Keon138, thank you for resubscribing for 8 months. Who is online? It's lonely, man. It is just me. It is just me this morning. I miss those manic first few weeks of Hermitcraft where you log in and there's just always loads of people on. There we go. Have a tip. Have a tip. Am I tipping or littering? I'm not sure. Can you show the lore box from yesterday? Didn't see what the last few hermits put in it. Well, there was only one hermit after me, so there's only one new item, right? But yeah, we'll go grab that. Ash says, happy partner anniversary, but how you guys know? Isn't Twitch giving you the opportunity to send an automated message with a little hat in it? I'm sure Twitch is doing something like that. Like, I'm on the other side of the Twitch experience most of the time. But just given on the amount of messages I've seen, it strikes me that, yeah, yes, it was a pop-up, says Neem. There you go. So yeah, it gives you a little opportunity to say it. So that's how people know, because Twitch is telling you. I was very confused because of the schedule Ren put out. Said you would start at 10 CT. I hope I ain't got it wrong. Let me go double check that. Okay. Never mind. That's being awkward. Let's check it another way. Uh, 10 AM GMT. I am on time. And CET says 11 AM, not 10 AM. The thing with time zones is, very tricky to get them right because they keep changing. There are some good tools out there that help you keep on track and get the right stuff put together. The issue always is that you're not quite sure how to use it because you're like, does this take into account that the time zone is going to change over here in a few days, right? A good website will actually do that and help you navigate your way through that. But it's tricky. It's tricky stuff. America did daylight savings 2 weeks earlier to Europe, yeah. It always seems to catch us off guard every year here on Hermitcraft. Right, so as we discussed with yesterday with Joe, this room would now be decorated. Oh, that was, I was going to say, it doesn't look like it's been decorated. No, it's the rockets that have been added. That's very cool. And repeated redstone attempts. That's brilliant. Joe is a master of puns. Ah, look at that. Very cool. Evening X and chat from Western Australia. How cool is it that we just live in such a time, you know, where someone from the other side of the globe can just connect. That's so cool. We got Ort Uxum gifting a sub to Kasin. Thank you so much for giving that sub. I am the Dog Tourist here for 20 months as well. Thank you so much. Welcome in, peeps. Sunday morning. I'm still yawning. And that was just a rhyme. Good morning, X. How you been since yesterday? Well, pretty much just like wound down, went to sleep. Oh my god. Oh my god, I had a dream that I have to talk about. And after I had that dream, I have developed a horrendous problem with sleep and dreaming. Fortunately, it doesn't happen a lot. But this whole concept of like learning to lucid dream and to identify when you're in a dream has created a problem where it doesn't actually become lucid. It tends to turn into something akin to a nightmare. And I got in one of these loops again where like I'm literally like waking up in my room and trying to understand that like I am dreaming and I am trapped in a dream, and it always goes negative. It's always like, this is torment. I need to get out. And like I'm waking up in my room, and each time I'm identified, this isn't right. No, I'm still dreaming. And then boom, wake up in the bed again. Like it's becoming a problem. And at one point, I opened the window and I was like checking out the perspective outside, and I'm like, this is definitely not right. Like the distance of trees and objects, like it's not what it normally looks like when I look out my window. And I'm you know, getting all antagonized, like, and getting in agony about it, and then I wake up again. And then like I open the window and there's just a bike. Oh, it's coming back to me more now. I was streaming, right? I was like doing video stuff, and then I started to get this sense that something wasn't right. And I like paused my stream and stuff, and then there's all this noise at my window, and I open it, and there's a bike being attached to my window, and my mum and dad are there just like attaching a bike to my window, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm streaming. And then like a moment later, I'm like, no, this is a dream, this isn't real. Bam, wake up again, and like wake up into another dream. It's so annoying. Like when I finally woke up, I was just in a right old sweat. I was in a right old sweat. Just ugh. They're kind of like nightmarish, not in a scary way, just in this like, you know it's a dream, but you can't seem to get out of it. Really weird. B. Morence, 2 others, is here with a Prime. Thank you so much, my dude, for your Prime subscription. It's appreciated. Thanks for supporting the channel. Write your dreams down, says Minty May. I make an effort to remember them when they come round. That I could definitely do a dream journal, and it would fill up, you know, like I'd have no trouble remembering. I've always been very, very active about remembering them. There's been a few over the years that really stick with you. But I've chosen not to, just because I don't think like is actually like too necessary a use of my time, if that makes sense. So, it's something I could do. And it would, you know, that dream journal would fill up quick. And then the act of writing would help me remember them all. The other dream that I had, now this one is crazy. And here's the thing, peeps. I got myself a nice coffee here. We've been streaming for 10 minutes. It is going to be prime drinking temperature. Let me switch to sitting down. I've been stood here all morning. Gonna change my desk up. And I'm going to tell you about this dream that I had. Oh, lovely. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Okay. Dreams can just kind of morph from like one thing into another. Settings can change. Ideas, concepts. Where this dream came into focus for me was I was being shown like a StarCraft mod, and there was this gorgeous pixel art graphics. Someone had redesigned the Terran, the Protoss, and the Zerg, and the Terran were actually like pig-like creatures with uniforms, and you know, like an alien, like a Star Trek alien that's clearly modelled off of a pig or something like that. Right? Yeah, so like gorgeous art, and they were showing you can change the colours of the team. It looked really cool, lovely pixel art. Then they jumped into the game, and the mod was actually now first-person perspective. And like you got those classic StarCraft buildings and moving around in... Sorry, did I say first person? But then, like, I just sort of became in the game, right? I became in the game, and very quickly, it turned into Doom. And I'm Doom guy. I'm the protagonist or whatever. So, like... And now I'm going around and like picking up weapons off the floor, and I remember this feeling of like sort of feeling invincible, like there was going to be no consequence, but there were still enemies to take out and stuff, and like, you know those barrels in Doom that you shoot and they explode? I like picked up one of those and threw it at an enemy, and I had a grenade, and I was just like carelessly fighting and running out of ammunition, and then it got really intense, and I noticed that there was like this like little secret area just off to the side, like a little nook in the wall. And when I went over there, there was this big lava lake behind it and like rocks. And as I'm jumping over them, all of a sudden, these like what I've described as toxic Native Americans, they were like sort of tribal looking, but like covered in green goo. And they were running at me, and I had no ammunition. And now I'm fist fighting them, right? Oh, it's crazy. Crazy, like, action. You know, Doom style. And it's really funny because the way in which it concluded just had my brain just sort of pulling from somewhere else all of a sudden. This is what fascinates me about dreams, is like, you know where these things come from, but they just seem so disconnected sometimes. So, like, I love metal music. I love drumming. And one of the things I used to do a lot was like tap my feet and do the double pedals. I got double pedals on my drum kit. I used to do that a lot. And so as I'm getting overwhelmed by all these toxic baddies, like I start to use my feet to attack them as well. So now all of a sudden I have the ability to float sideways and kick. And I start like doing a double pedal rhythm on a baddie to like a song that I know, and then I don't know, like that's when it sort of the dream just dissipated. I think I woke up after that point. It just got too ridiculous. You know, I'm floating mid-air doing like double pedal side kicks on toxic zombie creatures. Like, what is going on in my brain? You know, it's just like little things. You know, I like StarCraft, I like Doom. The whole Doom thing just sort of overlapped with other stuff, and then like out of nowhere comes some double pedal drumming. It's like, what is going on in these brains of ours when we dream? It's just pulling at all sorts of stuff. Where did the tough... Wait. Just trying to get some tough here. Watched a martial arts movie lately? No. I mean, great guess, but no. Alright, Scopop08, thank you for your Prime subscription. Sally Ann, oh my goodness me. 100 months. I don't think... Oh my god, I need to go check. How have I missed this? Did we get you on the animation? Who was the last person to be added? I'm checking it right now. When was that? When was that? Yep, I don't have you on the animation. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to forgive me, Sally Ann. Let me make sure I get your name 100% right. No misspellings. Hopefully, you got to let me know. Is it the same as your Minecraft IGN? Mods, if you could be so kind as to look out for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it next time, Sally Ann. I appreciate it. 100 months is incredible. How did we miss that? How did we miss that? 100 months, do they get a letter from you? No, 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 no. We have a very special animation that plays when someone hits 100 months, but it means I have to catch the 99th subscription to get the animation updated to include them. Ivalay, thank you so much for 2 months of the Prime as well. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Where can I see the Hermitcraft weekend schedule? Just head over to my Twitter would be a good spot. What do we need here? I think we need like just a couple more of those, a couple more of these, a bit more of that. Probably need even more, don't we? Happy partner anniversary, wasn't this yesterday, says Monique. It appears that Twitch is a bit flexible with the exact time of the partner anniversary. But yeah, it's been 9 years, I think, since I've had my partnership here on Twitch. And I guess they want us to celebrate now. Needed a little bit more. Right, now that we got the floor in over here, you remember I brought some iron blocks, right? There's a reason for that. Let's go look over here. Like, I want to do like this. I wanted to make... like, I was figuring what I'm going to do today out from memory, and I wanted to use iron trapdoors as well. I thought iron trapdoors and I wanted to use campfires as well. Haha. And that's all been used over here. So maybe, like, you know, you don't want to... When you take inspiration, you don't want to do the same thing again. So maybe we'll try and make ours look different by doing something else. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, everything's, like, in the wrong place. We've got... Why am I putting things down here when I'm working up there, you know? Where'd you get your coffee, X? I'm from Brazil, so I like coffee, you know? When I was drinking... caffeine coffee, I used to get fresh bags that came from like all over the world. Now that I'm drinking decaffeinated, I just get stuff from the store. I could actually get decaffeinated. In fact, there was a really nice... Oh, I've been reminded. There was a really nice brew that you could get of decaf. My brain just totally stopped then. It was just like, I don't know what I was going to say. What was it? Like, decaf? There was, yeah, a place I could get decaffeinated coffee from that was like, you know, fresh beans from around the world. Really nice flavor to it. But I gave away my French press because I decided I didn't want to drink caffeine anymore. Basically, since I haven't been running, like, it kept giving me the jitters, and I decided I just didn't want that. You see, this doesn't look very good. It's a bit of a space filler, right? Like we're just filling up space. We're making it snake around everywhere. Actually, I think what would look cool is if we embraced this thing here. All right. Let's have like, this is the center, so let's have 2 tubes. They're gonna come up from this building. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. There's metal on this playlist. Yes. This makes me happy. A little bit of metal in the morning. So now we create that sort of sense of purpose. Like there's a bit of a connection to this building. You know, whatever, it comes up here. Yada, yada, yada. Let's perhaps do that. Maybe just leave it like that. If it feels like it, like, again, if we look at what Grian did, it goes to something. It makes you feel like it's got a purpose. That's important. So, like, yeah, okay, they come up from here. What are they going to go into, though? Try polish and andesite. Possibly. I mean, we need a thing. Chat, give me your ideas for the thing that it's going to go into, right? Is what I'm asking for. What is this going to go into? And then we can make it make sense. Penelope Sky, thank you so much for 19 months. 19 months, that's a while. It is, it is. It's appreciated, my dude. Blast furnace. When I say put it into something, I mean more of like a real world object, and then we make it come to life with Minecraft blocks, right? Air conditioning unit, yeah. Water tank's a good idea. I must admit, I'm looking for something kind of simple and straightforward here. I do this stuff much better in a creative world, and we're obviously like not in a creative world, so I kind of want to keep it simple. Like, it could just go into something here that we give a bit of a border. Oh, we could put some water down, and then it would probably, it wouldn't need a lot at all at that point. Right, so somewhere here I should have some cyan. I do. And then in here I have my water buckets, because you've got to always have water buckets. Now we got 2. Let's grab the cyan. Head up top. Dominic, 6 months of support. I try getting into metal, but I just can't get into the genre. I'm someone who listens to a lot of different music and enjoys listening to something new. Hey man, no worries. You know, give it a try. That's all you can do, really, isn't it? I'd always be like, if we were having a conversation, I'd always be curious. Like, I know a lot of metal, and there's a lot of times where, you know, there are bands that their metalness is more of like an aesthetic than, you know, like it's a compliment to something else. I could give you like a personalized recommendation, because getting people into metal is a pleasure. But hey, you know, maybe it's just not for everyone. Okay. So like now it's just like, it's telling a story without us having to do anything at all, really, because now here it is. Why is that not filled up all the way around? I thought it would have. Like, we don't need to do a lot of work here at all, do we? Yeah, and I was kind of thinking I might do something over here, but I think I'll do something different with that. Again, I need more of those blocks. Can you turn into them? No. Where the tough at? I'm so disorganized. I think I'm going to need a crafting bench up there. Metal subgenres are so confusing to me. Heavy metal is surprisingly not the heaviest metal. Yeah, I can explain all the metal subgenres to you. I am studied. I am schooled. Heavy metal is your kind of like 70s, 80s, like an early rendition with a particular vibe and sound. It was just called heavy metal. But yeah, it's not actually the heaviest, as you've learned. A rough overview would be neat. Okay, where do we start? Like, you know, Black Sabbath is often pointed to as, like, you know, the starting point for metal. Their sound is kind of like a little bit heavy metal. Just general, you call it metal. And then doom metal is another thing. Like, later on, other artists went back to that slower sound and really, like, embraced the doomy sound of it. And then that births the genre of doom metal. Which, you know, Sabbath is quite accessible and listenable, and doom metal can get pretty extreme. Heavy metal is kind of what happens after Black Sabbath. You have the new wave of British heavy metal, and yeah, it kind of has a bit more like character and attitude to it, and things get a little bit more heavier. Where all the subgenre stuff really explodes for me, the most important genre of metal, I think, the one that really, like, lays down the foundation for everything else, is thrash metal. And before that, there was, like, what they called speed metal. There were a few bands flirting with, like, making things faster and heavier off the back of heavy metal. And then thrash metal took that to another level. And from there, you kind of get death metal, which is like getting darker and grisly, bringing in those guttural vocals, which a lot of people are not a fan of. But there's some great musicianship out there in the world of death metal. It kind of lays down the foundation for progressive metal. Bands taking the ideas that emerged from prog rock. Those big technical, showboaty songs, that kind of thing. Going in that direction. Then you have black metal, kind of peels off of thrash metal and death metal as like a sort of rebellion against those trends, and goes really dark and nasty. And then you know, you get like early 90s, you've got alternative metal, funk metal happening. Just all these like different sounds colliding. And after Nirvana, you know, your vulnerable frontman, you kind of get like John Davis and Korn coming along and focusing on groove. Pantera laid down some of the foundation for that, the groove metal they call it, where they start to bring in these like infectious rhythms into the music too. Right, I feel like this thing just needs a couple more blocks and it's good, really. It just looks like a top of the building thing. Hair metal, question mark? Okay, so I've never been big into hair metal, which is why I kind of just skimmed over it. Hair metal is kind of off the back of heavy metal, but kind of like a pop, trendy, particular sound. I'm not big on it, but, you know, it's a part of metal. It happened. It kind of died quickly and was hated for a long time, and now it's probably kind of found its place again. In this era where, you know, anyone can kind of like go back to something nostalgic and bring it about. Grindcore is kind of like a parallel evolution from punk. Because there's another evolution out of punk, like crust punk and anarcho punk, where things start to get really heavy and hardcore music, and that births grindcore. Its roots are a bit more less from the metal scene and more from the hardcore scene. Have you studied general music history or only metal stuff that interests you? Well, I've studied stuff that interests me, and like there's a lot of other musical scenes where I know a lot about like the history of bands and who did what and etc, etc. But metal is just the one that I know sort of inside out. Let's try putting in this block into the mix. Enderbram, thank you for 33 months, by the way. Appreciate you coming through with another noise in the ear there. So, oh, that fits in really quite well, actually. Probably would look best around here, just next to the water, on its own. But we want to mix this texture up a little bit, I think. So we'll go ahead and put in more of those here and there. And then I think maybe some buttons might fit in well. Blue Bun says, I've only discovered metal because of you. Very grateful. Ah, awesome. Glad to hear it. Love to spread the word. Baby metal / kawaii metal, like crossover from one genre to another with a lot of contrast. Yeah, there's been a lot of those over the years, though, right? Like, it kind of gets lumped in a bit with just progressive metal. Yeah, there's all... Like, metal has always had this ability to kind of be the aesthetic to another sound. Critius, thank you ever so much for the raid. Welcome all the raiders. You are joining us at the beginning of a Hermitcraft stream weekend, and we're talking metal and metal genres, and my chat is asking me questions. Like metalcore. So metalcore, it's in the name. It's got a little bit of stylistic origin in hardcore. But what's interesting to me about metalcore, which became popular just at the late ends of like the 2000s, or sorry, late ends of the 90s going into the 2000s. It's kind of what it became big after nu metal. Is that groove metal, Pantera, kind of laid down the foundation for that. And I really think if you go back and listen to Slayer, like, Slayer is almost metalcore anyway. Especially if you're a guitarist and you play the guitar, you will know that like that chugging and then hitting those high notes has a very Slayer akin thing to it. Is Linkin Park metal? Yeah, I'm not a metal elitist, right? Some metal elitists say that they're not. I'm not one of those people. I think they're absolutely metal. They've just got... Yeah, maybe they're other things too. Maybe they're pop. Maybe they're a bit alt-rock as well. Like, they can be all of those things and metal too, in my mind. And I love Linkin Park. I think they're just such an amazing band. And Hybrid Theory and Meteor are just unbelievable records. Isn't Linkin Park labelled as nu metal? It is, and it's got some of the nu metal tropes of the time in it, especially with the scratching, the rapping. But I think, like, there are bands that have their own identity that they express with what was available. And so, like, as a nu metal band, they're not really like a trope of nu metal. They're more like some of their aesthetics and ideas just fit into the scene at the time. And I think they're an awesome band, and like I just see, like, I hate elitism in metal. I hate this idea of like gatekeeping and saying this band isn't metal because this is what I think it should be. I just think it's about enjoying and embracing stuff, and they clearly are a part of metal to me. Is Tool nu metal, rock, progressive metal? That Tool is alternative. It's part of the alternative metal scene, and alternative is a bit of an umbrella term. It's more about like a time and place and reflecting some other scenes of the early 90s. That's what, you know. I didn't know there was metal elitism. Crazy. Lucky you. Lucky you. I mean, like, it does depend on if you've encountered it or not. But I encountered it a lot in my early days as a metalhead, and I was also a metal elitist. My problem is that, like, I would encounter people that, you know, hated hip-hop or whatever. Can't listen to hip-hop if you like metal. And that helped me open up my eyes to how stupid having these sorts of opinions were. Because I had such a diverse set of sounds that I liked that, you know, I wasn't just a narrow-headed listener who wanted one type of music. So it pretty quickly, like, opened my eyes up to the fact that having these sorts of opinions was just a load of nonsense. Right? A little bit of glow liking up there might be a detail we add. I am in desperate need of a storage system. Okay, and I guess that fresh box that I brought. Oh, where's the fresh one? Here it is. That's gonna get some junk straight off the bat. Right, we'll slap down a little bit of glow lichen and say this roof is finished. I've been streaming for half hour. I thought this would be like a 10-minute thing. This happens over and over again. Come on, it's Minecraft. I'm gonna put this on the underside and a little bit on the outside too. Wanted it to be a bit more subtle, I guess. Dang it. Could also put some, like, in these spots, just so like, the whole building is gonna like have a soft glow to it. We just have to accept that's how things work now. But we do want this thing to sort of be spawn proof. Okay, I'm out of glow liking. I'm gonna bounce from this project. For me, I think on stream it's better to grind. When I try and do creative stuff, it doesn't feel the same. Like, I've been doing creative detailing and stuff off camera. Hey, false. Okay, yeah. See, the problem with glow liking is, like, I've got a farm and a bone meal farm, and so I just use my own thing. But yeah, we got to support the economy this season. False! Let me finish my sentence. God. You know, we got to incentivize competition, so... I guess I have a reason to shop more this season. But yeah, doing creative stuff. I've done a little bit more of it this season in an off-camera environment, just because I've been like so inspired and enjoying everything. And I'm just happy to kind of like chill out in the evening after, you know, all your recording's done and you got nothing else on your plate. And I'm just like, let's go work on that promenade or this other thing a little bit. And I really enjoy it, and it doesn't feel the same when I do it on stream. It just, I don't know, it feels slow, probably because I'm talking. I think you just need to be quiet and think. Yeah. Anyway, Spokey Dokie, thank you so much for 72 months, 6 years of derpage. Absolutely. Thank you for all you do, Spokey. I appreciate it. We got Enverse here, some cheers and bits. Speaking of pop/metal, have you listened to Poppy? Yeah, I've listened to her records. They're all on my music blog. She's someone I'm always going to tune in and listen to, and I like that she tries different stuff on with each record, but it's a bit hit and miss for me, which is fine. The Tissue 27, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. What about an explore if there's something you need to find still? Oh, you mean for today's stream? We got other plans, my dude. We got other plans. That feels like a lot of shulker boxes just lying around. Etho? Oh. This feels like a Joe thing. Right, so our next thing we need to do is actually take a trip through the Nether. Got some coordinates and stuff. I'm going to show you what my next project is going to be. It's one that I've just got to do, basically. Fortunately for me, earlier in the season, I prepped a bunch of this. You need 12 for a portal, right? So that's good. Okay, now we're going to head into the Nether. We're going to go make another portal. It's because EFO has the stone permit. Ah, I see. Okay. 10! Chat's saying it's 10, not 12. Oh, okay, right. Tried to pull that number off the top of my head, but I didn't have it. Anarch, thank you for 73 months, my dude. Appreciate it. 73, some big numbers here. As we know, though, you know, streamiversary and all that. So, yeah, we're heading off in this direction. And LD Skies here with some cheers and biddies saying, seeing Sleep Token in November. It'll be my first metal gig. Any expectations in need going in, as I'm well aware they have a slight cult following. If you're going to a metal gig for the first time, just be aware of mosh pits and realize, like, if one opens up or whatever, you can just get away from that. Like, just don't get caught up in one if you don't want to be in one. Be my bit of advice. Like, I used to be a nutter for the mosh pit, right? Like, my friends used they used to tell me they'd go to gigs or would be at festivals and they'd be like watching bands and they'll be like, oh, there he is in the pit. Just like they'd see me over and over again in the pit. They wanted to find me, they'd find me in the pit. I used to be an absolute nutter for it. But the thing is, you can get injured in the mosh pit. I got a cracked rib at Slayer once. Like, it was nasty. It's a lot of fun, but it is dangerous too. And you have to kind of learn how to pit as well. Like, you got to keep your arms tucked in and sort of learn to turn and take a hit on the side rather than straight on and stuff. And yeah, it's a lot of fun when you're young. When you get older, you become aware your body ain't as invincible as you thought it was. Cracked rib, you are one dedicated metalhead. I don't know if dedicated is the word that needs to be associated with that, but you know, it happens. What is a mosh pit? It's where everyone in the crowd has fun, you know, pushing each other about. It might look like it's fighting and it's aggressive and mean. Sometimes you turn up at shows and it can be a little bit meaner than it should be. Like some people in the mosh pit take it too far. But in general, it's about like letting out some anger, some steam together. You know, and there's rules in the mosh pit. When someone goes down, you help them up. If you see someone injured, you get them out of there. Like, you take care of each other, even though you're participating in a bit of a dangerous activity, let's say. Alright, Tysa Kirk, thank you for the cheers and biddies. Hey X, I got a counter to Grian's hold music. Make a disc where all the hermits are constantly complaining and hide it everywhere Grian goes. Hermit office, the base, chamber of sea critters, all of it. That's a great idea. I think that's probably more suited to a different hermit. I'm not much of like a storyline prankster type person. It just doesn't fit into how I like see what I can do in this environment. Like, I get it, I could make a bunch of clips and hide them places, but I don't feel like I would know kind of like which clips are right and how to do it and execute it. Like, it's just not my forte, unfortunately. But it's a cool idea nonetheless. Just I'm probably the wrong person to mention that to. But yeah, I can see what you're thinking of. You know, Grian's now gets some kickback. He's like hearing a bunch of complaints around the place. Okay, I need some slabs. You know, I was thinking about this. Didn't they change the light levels for certain things in this game in the Nether? Well, I looked it up on the wiki. I can't remember because my memory just seems to be terrible these days. But my conclusion I remember, which was that, yeah, you still have to slab stuff. I think there's some mobs that don't spawn in these light levels anymore, but there are others that do. So anyway, let's go find out why we need this portal here. Aha! It's actually generated exactly where I wanted it to. Yes. Yes, I needed to chop down oak trees, peeps. That's why I put this portal here. No, it's because of this witch hut. I need redstone. I have to build a witch farm, basically. Hi. Okay, we farmed our first bit of redstone, possibly. Isn't there also a black cat that generates in here? We should tame it. Dude, where's the black cat? Because the entrance was blocked. Or maybe it's like a % chance that you get one. Right. Yeah, I got some cool stuff to talk about when it comes to this witch farm, because you know me, I always like, we do the same projects season after season. I always like to find a way to do them different. And last season we redesigned the witch farm and came up with a contraption that uses honey blocks instead of slime. That was kind of cool. I need to do a thing here. I don't know why I went to my ender chest. The thing that I need to do... Okay, we're going to get a little technical now. Right, I'm sort of standing in the middle of the witch hut, I think. It's like right here. It'll be offset by a block, that's fine. Probably going to need to sleep in a bed. Oh no, let's go sleep in a bed. Maybe that was the thing I was subconsciously doing. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so here is like, yeah, spot. Okay, I'm going to use some of my techie tools now. So we want to open up, well, we turn on mini HUD. All right, let's turn off that so we can see the messages. Then we want to go into this menu and turn on a shape. So that I can't, oh, that's my, I should really rename this. Right? Let's go here and say mob farm. That's what that one was. Okay, we're going to turn that one off. We're going to add a different one. It's going to be the same thing, a despawn sphere. Okay, configure. This time we're going to put in the name Witch Hut. Russell Wood, thank you for your 30 months, my dude. Welcome to the stream weekend. And this Y value here, I'm just going to add 100 to it. Okay, now I need it to display, which I thought it was. I think I know why it's not, actually. I think it's because I was doing something the other day, and... Oh, maybe it's because of that. There you go. There you go. Alright. So we've got a big sphere. Now, I am going to transport the witches up, but we also want to be as low to the ground as possible. And this is almost perfect, actually. That's waterlogged, isn't it? Right, so there's like maybe a couple of caves I nip underground and light up. It's light work, right? If we start going down further, we'll pull in more and more terrain to be lit up. And it kind of looks to me like it might be worth going down another 10 blocks just to kind of, yeah, capitalize on how little work there is to do for the perimeter. Then again, the center is 171. It's about where I stand, isn't it? And the distance from the witch hut. So the further down we go, and we put in a little more effort, the witches are going to have a lower chance of despawning. So I think it's worth coming down an extra 10 blocks here, right? So this is, you know, for those of you that don't know this process, hopefully this is helping you see how we think about building farms and stuff. Let's bring this down. Let's go for 164. 100 blocks above sea level, right? Now, I'm not going to do any caving today, but what I could do... Oh, do you know what? This is kind of a pain over here. I got to light up a lot of terrain over here because it's all in the sky. Huh. But yeah, we throw down some torches and we create a perimeter for this witch hut, and then we build the witch hut. The witch farm. I tried to say witch farm while saying witch hut, and I said witch hut, you know, which almost sounds like some sort of swearing, you know. Yes, silly little witch hut. Jeez, sounds rude, doesn't it? Yeah, let's put these things down here. Let's grab some torches there. We'll probably run out of these very quick, so good thing we've got these lying around. What about some more plankage? Yeah. Witch fart. Which fart was that? Oh, gosh. Okay, there's oak wood in here. Perfect. We're good. We're good. We're golden. Right, and while I wander around, I want to encourage y'all to have a little go at doing some engineering. I want to inspire you to put your redstone hat on, because that's the thing, and see if you can do what I tried to do, okay? Because we gotta reinvent the witch hut again, right? So I took my season... Hey, we found the kitty! Now, I could try for an aggressive tame, aka leash it to something. I want to get this cat, actually. I want to have a little thing in my base that's like the cat from the witch hut. Okay, we'll come back to the witch hut idea in a moment. Where are my leads? Oh, they're in this one. Right, because I don't have fish. Oh, look. Kitty, you're in the water. It's going to backfire, I tell you, kitty cat. You're going to regret. Come on. Yes! Let's go and leash your little... Oh, it's so cute. So cute. We got a little friend. Hi, buddy. We are going to put you over here. I don't need to make a fence post. Isn't there like one... Oh, look here... Oh, dang free cam is like too much sometimes. Too much. There we go. There we go. Taking care of another job. Taking care of another job. All right. All right. So this season, I have built the Honeyvator, and it has been a great success. There is one more thing I need to do here. Press that button so we can see those light level overlays. I have built the Honeyvator, and it inspired me to use the Honeyvator on the witches, because what we have to do is transport the witches up. So our Season 9 design covers us when it comes to having a way to get the witches, you know, under control. Like, we're going to use the same thing, but we're not going to drop them down into a kill chamber. We're going to take them up to me, the player. I am going to be killing them with my looting sword this season, okay? Because I wanted to find a way to do it different. We've done looting sword farms in the past. We'll do one again. Thing is, with the Honeyvator, we've got an alternative way to transport the witches up. What's unfortunate is that I couldn't really get it to work. It looks like it works, okay? But there are these scenarios where even though you can push the water right into the corner, yeah, and you can use trapdoors to hold the witches into the corner of the Honeyvator, sometimes they just arrive in a way where they'll push each other into these two corners and they don't get sucked up. I need to go and have another look at it again because I've had some further ideas since, like using multiple Honeyvators that are sort of like all next to each other. But that is essentially like I'm passing over my thinking, my idea to all of y'all. If you want to do some engineering, have a little bit of fun. I think there is a way, possibly, if you can figure it out, to get the witches to successfully go up a Honeyvator, and that could be a really cool way to just transport them up, right? Oh, this bit here looks interesting, doesn't it? If you're wondering why I'm putting the torches like outside the sphere, it's because I kind of like to overdo it a little bit, just to be on the safe side. So if we start by lighting up everything just outside the sphere, we'll be kind of confident when we get all the stuff in the sphere that we haven't missed any edges or something, right? That's kind of my thinking with that. Oh, I thought I was going to fall for a second. We definitely got some floating sand. Massive gravel patch here, if ever we needed it. Zem Masty 09, thank you for using your Prime on me, my dude. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream today. Let's put a torch down there. At least you don't have to button everything. Yep. No buttoning for me. Okay, this is where ender pearls are awesome again. Feels like a good spot to put it. Then head up here a little bit. Go up a little further again. So yeah, anyway. I think you get the idea, right? Best way to get at me, if you got something you want to share, is on Twitter. So have a go. It's a cool challenge. So far, what I've currently done is sort of used the new design and gone back to the old one because I'm pushing them all into like a wall of water that goes upwards with the soul sand underneath. And it would be really cool to push them into the Honeyvator, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. This is not as straightforward a perimeter as I thought it would be. When I picked this location this morning, I really didn't think twice about the high terrain. I was just sort of focusing on the witch hut. And I was like, yeah, this will do. And then now we learn there's a lot of terrain here that will make that a bit awkward. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to put a few torches on the inside. Woo! Woo! Let's go get some more ender pearls. And come back to this spot as well. Mechanized Zeus coming in with another Prime. Thank you, my dude. Much appreciated. Hope you're looking forward to a whole weekend of Hermitcraft action, right? Oof, day two. Alright, we'll go back to that spot once you get some ender pearls. Thank God for feather falling. Thank Notch for feather falling. I don't know if Notch actually added it. Most of the hermits are streaming when I'm asleep, says Starlit Shell. That is most unfortunate. That is most unfortunate. How is the Honeyvator better than a Bubblevator? As you can use the Johnny AI mechanic to have witches walk into the honey... Dude, that's an interesting idea. Now, No, do they run away from Johnny? I think Johnny attacks them and then they would react. I don't think they would actually walk away from Johnny. Johnny is like just one of those things you forget about. You can turn a Vindicator into a killing machine. That's the thing, isn't it? Interesting. Ender pearls should actually really be in this one, I think. Oh, they are. Okay, they're in both. Huh. Johnny tells witches to attack each other. No, Johnny attacks any mob, right? But I don't think that means that the witch sees a Johnny mob and runs away from it. I think it means that if it's attacked, it'll react, you know? It'll fight back. So I don't think you can use it to push the witches into the honeyvator. As for, like, speed, yeah, there's no speed advantage here. The point would be just to come up with a different design for the witch farm. Like, I don't really enjoy just building the same thing over and over again. So what I want to do each season is iterate. Like, there's new blocks that come into game. Like, you know, maybe I can make use of powdered snow or something, right? Like, I want to find what things I can do different each time. That's it, really. Ooh, we've got a cave back here, have we? Oh, we shouldn't do that. Should do that proper when the time comes. Okay. Yeah, and now we can like double check things a little bit here and there. Yeah, this cliff stuff is actually going to take like a lot of time, I think. But we got to light it up. Part of the dealio. Johnny is a raid captain. It will tell witches to attack other witches. Doc used it in his farm. So cool. Oh, so if it's a raid captain, how does that work? Oh my goodness me. So like, raids are like, if you have an actual raid in a village, yeah, you have a captain. And witches can be a part of like an attack wave, can't they? So if you turn a raid captain into a Johnny, it means the witches attack each other because it has control over them. That's mad. I did not know that. Interesting. Huh. Might have to look into that. Neb5524 says, Raid Captain Johnny. Doc did it with his. Right, so you get a raid going, you find the captain on one of the waves, turn it into a Johnny, and this causes witches to attack each other. That is really kind of like obscure and weird. But I guess it makes sense. Do other mobs in that wave also start to attack each other? You keep one witch out of range of the raid captain, so it's not in the raid. All the others go towards it. Huh. Fascinating. I'll look into it, yeah. It only affects raid-type mobs. You can manipulate the vision of the raid captain to make them go aggro correctly. Huh. That's some cool tech right there. That's some cool tech. Is Johnny a Shining reference? Yeah, it might be. It might be. Here's Johnny. Because he's got an axe, right? Dude, I'm seeing like a little green particle when I break a block. It's the light level on top of it, isn't it? Let's go around the corner. Goes up here. And then over there. There's copper here as well. I feel obliged to mine it. Yeah. I think I'll give it a pass. It's a distraction. We're here to just light up the place, aren't we? That's what we're here to do today. We got Thally62 here resubscribing 19 months. Thank you, Thally. Greatly appreciated. X that with a Johnny, you can't do it anymore. You know, if you can or you can't, I'll have a look into it and see what's what. I kind of want to come up with like an idea though that I can engineer myself. That sounds like one of those fine manipulation things that just isn't really something I do. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to try and do all of this perimeter stuff today. Just getting a decent chunk of it sort of in place is kind of the idea. Most of this like flat area in the middle, the real easy bit, I'll do today for sure. When does the new update come out, or is it not decided yet? It is likely to come out in July, June. The last few updates I think have fallen on a very similar time. That being said, like the current direction of the game is I don't know, a bit different than normal, you know, doing split stuff between 1.20.5 and 1.21. You'd have thought the minor update would have come out by now, but the minor update has like an insane amount of stuff being changed under the hood. It adds the wolves and the armadillos, the wolf armor. Like, it's got a lot of stuff too. So it's a bit weird that they've done it like that, because I feel like they could just release 1.25 as 121, and the content that's in there, like, not every update has to be massive. You know, they could just call it the wolves and armadillo update. I don't know. That doesn't have a ring to it, does it? But I think what they want to do is they want to hit these promotional beats. I made a little essay video about it, about how the way the game is promoted has more and more coincided with its development. There's more of like a plan of action, a strategy. And I was asking the question of like, is it good or bad for the game? If it is or it isn't, it's clear that it's changed how they do things. All right. Got some metal going again. Love it. And then they do this thing where they lump a load of stuff into a minor update, and it's just, I don't know, a little strange, because I don't know when 1.20.5 comes out. I keep expecting to see a pre-release, and then they add something else, then they add something else. It could be a while. You know, it could be a long ways away. I'm excited for the updates to Starlit Shell. I am too. Yeah, there's some really good content coming. I think the mace is really cool. It's interesting that it's been well received after like a lot of moaning at Mojang. Yeah, I think they're sort of taking the feedback to heart and trying to turn things around. And the mace feels like a very well thought out addition. It needs some balancing, that's for sure. But I think they'll figure it out. Also, reading my comments, there is no shortage of opinions that contradict each other. Like, some people think, you know, that it should stay exactly the same. Other people think it needs to be nerfed. Then, you know, some people say it should have enchantments on it. Other people say it shouldn't. Personally, I think it needs to have a little more risk reward to it. Like, I think, like I said in my video, more durability damage on the weapon itself, because like 250 hits is quite a lot. You can repair it, so like, I think making it more pricey to use is a good idea. Keep the enchantments off as well. I think that's good. Like, not every system in the game has to overlap with another system. It's nice when they do, but, you know, just not having to do enchanting on that as well, I think makes sense. Enchanting will make it more powerful. And then I think there needs to be a bit more of a ceiling on the amount of damage that you can do with it. Like, I think early on, like, if you imagine the damage increase as a line, it's currently, like, linear as far as you want. So keep falling further, keep doing more damage. I think it should start out like that, but it should taper off somewhere. Because you want it to remain useful against mobs, like regular mobs, but you don't want it to let you one-hit kill the Wither or the Ender Dragon, in my opinion. It also might make sense, and I think the trial chambers have like a little height and elevation, but, you know, having a mob in the game that it entices you to use the mace against is a smart thing. I think that's kind of what the trial chambers do, right? They've got those elevations in the layout. You kind of jump off the ledges with your mace to take out the trial chamber. Those are my thoughts on it generally. I think it's a really cool addition. A welcome addition, let's say. What do y'all think? Is that a data pack with the light levels on the blocks? It's not. It's a mod. There is... you can do it with a data pack. Sorry, a resource pack, not a data pack. It can be done. Yeah, I've done this many times over the years, and I've done it before we had these tools, you know. Like, I think if you're playing Minecraft, like, and you're new to it, you shouldn't jump into using these tools. You should enjoy the challenge. Like, understand the concept, enjoy the challenge, have fun with it. It's really cool. If this is your, like, 9th time building a witch farm, like it is for me, it's more about... Now it's more about what I'm going to do with the redstone than it is the challenge of creating a perimeter. So, yeah, I do think, like, showing these mods to players, like, I don't think it's like it should be an encouragement to use them. It's just like, hey, if you've been playing this game a long time like me too, maybe this is something you want to consider using. But yeah, for someone new, it's like, hey, you want to enjoy doing this the proper way first time around. Maces are cool that I really thought that it is modded, haha. This comment comes up so much. They add something, someone says it looks modded. It's like, well, yeah, it is, because they just modified the game and added something, right? You know? And modded Minecraft is, like, not a unified aesthetic. So, depending on what mods you played, they can easily remind you of any type of mod. But if if you never played one with that art style, then maybe it doesn't. So, you know, the whole mentioning mods when talking about new stuff being added to me is a bit redundant. It's like, well, yeah, of course it is, because they've modified the game themselves, right? Why would they add another weapon if the combat update is nowhere to be seen? PvP has been broke for years. I don't know why, but I don't think there needs to be a reason, you know? I'm just happy they're adding it. Let's go up here. Make sure it's all lit. Make sure it's lit, fam. Oh, we got caves in our hills. Poster Nerd, thank you so much for 25 months. And Morgan Corn for 29, 6 minutes ago. I think I missed that one. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. Right, I'm switching to standing. I'm switching, people. Oof. So, on those, if you have, by the way, if you haven't seen Mumbo's latest episode of Hermitcraft, it's a gem. It's a gem. You know? If we have a list of classic episodes, that is on it. Like, it is top notch. It is just hilarious. And you should totally go and check it out because it's amazing. And it's now part of, like, Hermitcraft lore. But on the topic of, like, Minecraft weirdness with computer setups and stuff, right? Here's what I want to ask y'all. Is having a standing desk, is that weird? Alright? And having a sideways vertical mouse. Those are the only two things that are potentially slightly weird that I do, I think. And there are a heck of a lot of no's and 1 or 2 yeses. I want to hear from the yeses. How the hell is that weird? Like, what's going on? What is going on? What are you thinking, you know? Desk no, but the mouse yes. I can defend the mouse. I can defend the mouse because all you have to do is stand upright with your arms at your side, right? Just stand neutrally and then bring your arms up and your hands, your palms, face inwards towards each other, okay? So you go from being in a neutral position to having the arms and muscles in your arms like folded over flat on your keyboard and mouse. And that is a stressed position that it is in while you're making all these fine motion movements. That is how RSI happens, you know? So I defend the mouse tooth and nail. It's a smart... It's not a weirdo thing, it's a smart person's thing. Okay. Yeah, we got all of that, didn't we? If it's just a vertical mouse, then no, that's not weird. I don't think it's weird. It's ergonomics, you know. You can use your standing table for hours. Yeah, I stand at it more than I sit. Let's put it that way. I get uncomfortable when I sit for too long. It's the same for standing, actually. But, like, the thing with standing is it's very easy to just move around. Something about sitting, you kind of like fall into a little bit of a lull. I think it's because your heart rate goes down a bit further or whatever. So standing's very comfortable. But sitting for me, it's like I start to feel like a laziness, like a deep laziness emerging, and it's like uncomfortable, and so I like to get up and move around. And if I stand, that feeling doesn't really come to me. If I stand still for too long, I'll get a little bit achy, but that's more of a haven't moved thing. You know, you need to limber up or whatever. Right, let me check my list of things to do today. Yeah, definitely need to go take care of that. We need to sort out a memento. We need to check out something next to my shop. I think we've done enough lighting today, right? Like, I didn't want to build the farm. I didn't want to mess with the witch hut. We tamed a cat. But yeah, we did this perimeter at least. So let's go ahead and turn... actually, let's turn off the light level too. I've got a bunch of hotkeys set up. It's so cool. I just press my iPad and change stuff. It's nice. Have you thought about getting a slow treadmill for your standing desk for a casual stroll at the computer? Yeah, I actually ordered one at one point in time and it never turned up and I got a refund on it. And then after that, I kind of changed my mind. So I think I actually move about enough in the day. Like, I don't really need the extra steps. That's not what I want from it, right? The thing is, I think I might end up just overdoing it a bit. And I don't particularly want to up the amount of time that I spend at the computer. I'm not trying to trade my exercise time, because I could, you know, sacrifice a little exercise time if I'm also going to walk at the desk. But I don't really like that trade-off. I like to get away from the computer. I don't want to be staring at a screen all day. So after I you know, brought one and it didn't turn up, and then I kind of changed my mind, and I'm glad I did, because I think it's a little unnecessary for my situation. Oh, whoops. I forgot to put that back. And probably torches too, as it goes. I like to keep it stocked up, you know. Okay, let's head back. Let's head back. Top 5 Hermitcraft, 10 episodes, any season and any hermit. Top 5 or 10, I get you. Oh, things were going through the portal, I guess, weren't they? They were getting out of there. They didn't want to hang around at that witch hut. My favourite episodes of Hermitcraft are obviously episode 404 is just... Yeah, people will tell you it's more of like a piece of art than an episode. Chat, put your testimonials about 404. Because people don't ever stop talking about that episode that I made. And then 299 is just the funniest moment for me. That was old school Hermitcraft, you know. Hermitcraft's got eras, and that was early era. It's a different beast to today. But 299 is, you know, is something. Blue Dementor, thank you for gifting subs, my dude. Very kind of you to support our community. Zoops, Lolo, Math Girl JK, OK Jen, and Sue Bebecken. You've been gifting subs. Be sure to say thanks in the chat if you're there listening. Yeah, Mumbo's is obviously one of those episodes. Mumbo's recent episode is one. This is why we're talking about this, right? Like, it is just instant classic. Oh, wow. I put in, like, 9 stacks of bone meal. Dang, this stuff is actually chewing for it a little quicker than I would like. I guess I need to put some more bone meal in. I put 9 stacks of bone meal in here thinking, that'll do. Every piece of wool... Oh, no. Don't you get, like, between, like, 1 and 3 wool from a sheep? I was just about to say every piece of wool is like a piece of bone meal, but that's not actually true. I'm also going to need to expand this storage pretty soon as well. 666 was really fun to watch, says Bell Steven. Thanks for saying that. That's an episode that I every now and then just go back and watch bits of again, because that is the episode that I put the most production value into. Like, the amount of effort that went into that was insane. I worked on it for, like, over a year. Coming up with, like, how to cross over the games and do a bunch of modded stuff in Doom as well as in Minecraft. That was crazy. Wasn't it 666 with Evil X? It was, yeah. I used to do my own little storytelling in my own way, you know. My own little bit of roleplay, but just not the same way things are done on the server. Oh, where's my brain going? My brain was like, you need to drop something off or pick something up. I'm not sure what it was trying to tell me. Let me check my list again of things we've got to do. Oh yeah, memento. We've got to get a memento figured out. Then we're going to go do a little bit of counting. Some disappointing counting. What's the memento of this stream? Like, we did the roof. We did the witch farm. I should have got something from the witch. Right? Although, we could come up with a memento that's more about the server than just what I did today, I guess. The cat. Yeah, I can't put a cat in there, can I? Unless I killed it and got its head. No, I don't want to... Like, the effort of a black cat head is too much, right? Like, we can't do that in the stream. Unless we got, like, insanely lucky and stumbled across one. Witch fart? What I said was, hut and farm. Witch fart. I think I said witch fart. Yeah, witch fart. Torch. We did do torching, right? So we torched up the area, and usually we have a stream torch. Not a stream torch, but a perimeter, we could call it. Let's sit on it a little bit. Let's sit on it a little bit. Right, I need to make another shulker box, really. And that means I need to... I need to leave these somewhere here as well. This is getting ridiculous carrying all this around with me. Like, I'm not really using this for anything, so we'll drop it all off here. One of these had some oak. I've actually automated the creation of chests over at Loglands. I just haven't gone and filled that up yet. Let's get 4 fresh boxes together. Chuck these things into here. Oh, just the chest. That's right, yeah. Okay. Right, so I've been looking at the area as we do over and over again. We look at the promenade, and I was thinking, right, False is selling rivers. Oh, that's interesting. Is that the same, like, level as this over here? I've been picturing, like, a waterfall coming out of the mountain, but actually, like, the aesthetic is already here. So if this thing just simply goes down to this river, it'll be a perfect little cut-off on the side of our island here. Well, it's not an island. Then we might do the same thing on the opposite side or somewhere around here. But I want to build the storage system that I designed last season and didn't build. Some things have changed with how we manage items and stuff, but I think this thing will fit in. And I was looking at this space here, and the problem is it's going to be very big. Now, we have the option of maybe just pushing this river out and getting a little more space on this island. But I've got to figure out how to make this thing look good too. So we probably want this kind of distance between whatever is here and have a path coming through. So let's start our counting from like this block, because I don't think it's going to fit in, unfortunately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This game could do with a tape measure. 21, 22, 23, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33. Riveting entertainment. 34, 35, 36, 37. Let's hop up. 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I've got to say, this is actually going to be tighter than I thought. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. I need a 59 by 59 area, and we could actually put it in here. There is actually a square that fits in. I can barely believe it. I have to shoot Jevin a message. Oh, if I had my mailbox stuff, I could ask Jevin via the mail. Dang. So I could put it here. I could actually put that mega storage right next door. And that, to me, that makes me feel like I should actually roll with it. I should actually roll with that. I wanted to expand forward, but I kind of like this space here being open at the moment, because then you can see this from like other places. Now, the other challenge is building a 59 by 59 box is bigger than this. It's kind of wild. It's going to be a challenge in itself, but I like this challenge. Oh, man, there's so many ideas buzzing around at the moment. I think we're going to have to roll with that. We're going to have to roll with that. What do you think, chat? Do you think we should put another pyramid? It really feels like it would tie up nicely. Like, we would have this path coming through here, going around to Jevin, maybe have another river come out and cut off our area and connect with this one, which needs to go all the way. I don't know if False is still... Oh, my God, wait, she's done it already. Something I would critique, though. I was under the impression that a part of using the rivers was to have boats that could traverse. Because I'm going to use my boat soon to get a villager from Corrales back over to this area. And we can actually do that because of the rivers. That one there struck me as being a little bit narrow. Anyway, I could jump in if I wanted to change it, of course. Look at this. These rivers things are really cool. Yeah, so it kind of looks like we can tie in the rivers and use that storage project that I kind of desperately need to do to really like tie up what we're doing in this area. I think it's going to be awesome. The promenade could extend all the way down to here. Oh, it's giving me... I'm rubbing my hands. I don't know if you can hear that, but like all the Minecrafty things are coming together this season. It's awesome. Awesome. I love this like organic creation of a world with other people. I've done stuff way too much like solo and planned in the past. Yeah. And we can then, I don't have to rush into doing a build like I tried to pull this out as like a beginning of the season starter base. Like we could take our time. We could really come up with something awesome. My hands sound a bit dry. They're pretty normal, I would say. A little on the dry side, maybe. Like, why would my hands be wet? Why would they be wet? Oh, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. I'm glad we figured that out. Oh, you can hear the neurons firing. The neurons are firing. Like, I wasn't sure when I was going to get to do my next episode of Hermitcraft, but I woke up today with all the ideas in my head, like, aligning. And yeah, I'm gonna like today I'm actually gonna crack on and really get a shot at doing all the stuff I want to do, and maybe get an episode out for you tomorrow. Okay, right, next thing we're gonna do is go to the mesa biome. So we're gonna follow the grey carpet. Don't answer that, chat. Don't answer what? Maybe you just washed them. Yeah, if you just washed your hands, then Yeah, they might be a bit wet. It could look like the Bora Buddha Temple X. Riffraff? I don't know what that is, but if you want to tweet me a picture of it, I'll check it out. I could do with some inspiration. Hey X, I was curious what your thoughts on Hytale might be. Are you still interested in the game? Do you think it poses a threat to Minecraft? I think the biggest threat posed to Minecraft is Minecraft itself. Like, it's been around for, you know, coming up to 15 years or something. Like, why has no other game been able to do what this game does and dislodge it? Okay? I don't know. It's got the secret sauce in it. I think Mojang just have to keep steering the ship, you know? It feels like they've done bad stuff at times with this game, great stuff at other times, and it just keeps working. And Hytale, you know, when it comes out and it's here, it'll be whatever it is, right? It's suffered this weird thing of sort of like showing too much too soon and then people getting upset about it, which I find really strange. Like there's this backlash to the fact that it's sort of exists, but it isn't out yet. Like, whenever they get around to finishing and bringing it out, that'll be the time to make up your opinion in your mind about it. Like, why have an opinion on it before it's out? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But, it's potentially a threat to Minecraft, but I just... From what I've seen of it, it feels like it looks like it's more of an adventure game than a creating game. And I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't hurt Minecraft, you know? But you don't know for sure. And I don't know. I don't see it as a threat. I think Minecraft can keep going strong. Hey, Ren's here. Xisuma, when can you collaborate with Keralis1 in Hermitcraft? My last episode had Keralis in. Jeez, literally. Literally the last episode I made, there was a lot of Keralis. That was a beautiful episode. Like, I logged on to record, I had my little beats to hit, things I was going to talk about and do, and then, like, Keralis bumped into me at, like, the perfect time, and then we just went on a little bit of an adventure, made some plans, did all of what we did in the episode, and, like, I actually got that episode out the same day, and I was really stoked because I can't remember the last time I just came onto Hermitcraft, recorded an episode, and posted it the same day. I wouldn't be surprised if you said that was, like, over 5 years ago. And that was so cool. And I have been loving making episodes this season. I have just totally gotten myself back to where I once was with playing this game. Of it all just being about enjoying the moment. And doing cool stuff and making videos. And... yeah, there isn't that feeling of, like, I don't know, trying to achieve something big with each episode and putting this, like, pressure on yourself. It's all just been, like, go into the world, have fun, make a video. You know? Zabod says, yeah, I've been impressed with the speed you've been pumping them out at. Yeah. And, like, there's a little part of me that wants to keep that going. But before this morning, I was completely fine with not getting an episode out for quite a while. Because some of the stuff I'm going to do next is going to be, like, big project stuff. But it might just so happen... if I just get on and play record today, I might get one out for tomorrow or Tuesday. But yeah, like, no pressure. I just do it because I want to. And I was kind of feeling like I was going to hit a moment where I need to put in some time, get all this stuff done, and it'll be a while before the next episode. But, hey, it might not actually work out that way, and that's cool. Because I like making the episodes, but yeah. So it's just all been fun and pleasure, and I want to keep that going, you know. Dear Shemi, thank you so much for 66 months. 66, just need to add another 6. I mean, that's 600 months. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming in 600 months. Will I even be alive? Dang it. Dang it. Every now and then you get hit with a number and it makes you think about, like, life and death. Totally not using a calculator. I mean, like, 12 months in a year. Let's actually not use a calculator. Let's just round that to 10. So, 60... divided by 10. It's over 6 years. It's like... so 50 years? Oh wait, 600. I said 60. Okay, let's do that math again. So like 60 years, yeah. It's like 50, 55 years, someone says. Yeah, okay. Possibly. If I'm like, what the heck? If I'm streaming then, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to be that old and streaming, you know? I enjoy this right now, but, you know, life has changed, you get old, and you'll feel differently about stuff. And that's perfectly fine. Gotta embrace it. Bam. Season 49 of Hermitcraft, there you go. It astonishes me that we've hit season 10, you know? And it makes me excited. I wonder how long this thing is going to go on for. It will end one day. It'll be, you know. I was going to say it'd be sad, but it won't. Like, I really think, like, I'm going to treasure this, you know, when I'm old. Looking back, Hermitcraft. What fantastic times those were, eh? I'm going to absolutely treasure this. But, yeah, just so weird that we're on season 10. Episode 13,702. Who knows, who knows. Hermitcraft has lasted most longer than most hit syndicated TV shows. That's an interesting point, yeah. But like, you know, sometimes you are comparing things that are different. But I can see why you would look for a similarity there. This has a different like production value, a different thing to it, you know. Oh, someone says 2070 reunion season. That's another thing. Like, let's say like Hermitcraft for whatever reason, maybe Minecraft popularity declines, Hermitcraft no longer works, and you know, okay, in a couple of years, let's paint a gloomy scenario, you know, and the Hermitcraft server closes and it's no longer a thing. There might be a reunion thing, not some point in the future after that, you know, 10 years later we get people back together and do a reunion thing. You never know. Like we're just in uncharted territory here, you know. "2050 and EFO is using the same tissue box." I mean, by 2050 that thing might have naturally, you know, decayed. Decayed isn't the word I wanted, but it gets the point across. What's the term? Degraded? Biodegradable? I think that's kind of where I was thinking. Like a biodegradable thing. Hermitcraft, the next generation. A bunch of young new whippersnappers. Yeah. That's an interesting concept in itself, you know? Like enough people coming through the doors that it can actually transcend. Like, we joke about Minecraft being a forever game for some of us, but like, I mean, how many games do you play for 10 years? It could be that this game stays strong for a really long time. Deteriorate is another good word, yeah. Fossilized? I don't think it would have fossilized in that amount of time. Biodegradation is decay. It is. I just was seeking another word, right? Like the English language is interesting because there are lots of words that sort of say the same thing, and I was trying to think of a different one, but I came up with that other one that said the same thing. You know, that's all I was getting at, essentially. Right, one shulker box of terracotta because I've got a feeling I'm going to need it. And then I think I'll just grab tons of sand. We've got a long season ahead of us, you know. Might as well grab some. Minecraft is already multi-generational. Exactly, yeah. That's fascinating, though, because what if we have entered an era of time where a game can last and traverse multiple generations? Like, you know, what will it be in 10... Well, maybe a bit more than 10, but you know, when your grandkids are now doing the Minecraft thing. Tetris? Yeah, but Tetris... Okay, totally valid point. I think what I'm getting at is... It's a game of this nature. Because you can say chess, right? You can say games that are... There are games that we play that have been around... Yeah, chess. Chess, perfect example. I don't know why I'm trying to elaborate on that, right? But we're talking about a digital, 3D, modern computer game. And I guess maybe that's it. Maybe you've just hit the nail on the head, chat, right? The more I think about it. Like, if chess can be multi-generational, then we've already had multi-generational games, right? It's just a new medium. So, Mario, that's a really good point. Mario, through multiple games as a franchise, yeah. Yeah, there's no reason it can't be, right? Maybe it isn't that unique that it already is multi-generational. Is a way to think about it. There are other examples of very similar things. Pyroburnium, thank you ever so much for 67 months, my dude. Woo! It's a lot of months. It is. It is. Thank you so much for your support, my dude. Tetris is eternal because no developers destroy it. I think it's more a case of, like, there's no copyright on it, so anyone can develop it, because you can probably find some bad Tetris clones out there. I found a version of Tetris a while back that really, like, got me playing it, and yeah, I don't like playing games unless they're creative. This was kind of problem solving. I mean, Tetris is a live problem solving game, so that's the itch that it scratched for me. But the dealio was that the Tetris pieces, when they landed, they turned into sand. And then the sand would, like, flow out to either side. And it was really tough to, like, figure out the strategy for getting the sand, like... Because it has to be, like, one color of sand to spread. Like, you have to get it to spread from one side of the screen to another. You have to make a row with the color of sand. So you place the Tetris block. It dissipates into sand and spreads out. And then you've got to get, like, a whole color row from one side to the other. And it took some thought and some thinking, which got stressed out a lot when the game gets faster. But, like, I started putting colors in clusters, and then you have to look ahead and wait for, look, there's two of that one coming. Then you get them dropped in the middle on the right, and then it spreads it all the way across, and then you get rid of all of that color. That was really quite fun, actually. Like, a real fun game to just get your head into for a little bit. World of Warcraft is also multi-generational games, kind of like Minecraft. Yeah, I guess if World of Warcraft is still going, then yeah, I can see that. Yeah, we live in an era of abundance these days. The amount of economic growth that the world has been through over the last couple hundred years, you know, things can kind of, like, stick around for longer, and there can be more of it. It's like when I was growing up, there was only, like, a handful of channels on the TV, right? Now we don't even watch TV, but you know what I mean? It's like TV these days probably has thousands of channels, and then you got video on demand. And then streamers. There's probably more streamers live than there are TV channels, right? Oh, it's already here. I'm like, where's my very important box with the bed in? Also, you are the wrong way around. This annoys me. Okay, not really. Candela la 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 la. Thank you for the cheers and the biddies. I love your voice, and I hope I hope I'll be able to create more of your fan art in the future. Thank you, thank you. I love fan art. Like, please do. If you make some, tweet it at me. Also, if any of you are ever curious, you can visit my website, xisumavoid.com, and visit the fan art section and see people's amazing creations. Now would be a great time. Do you know, I haven't pressed this button in ages. If you want to go find other stuff that I do at any point, like, I have a Linktree website. It's just a simple thing to browse and navigate. You can find where I upload my live streams to. You can find my Xisuma Says talkie channel, my music, my guitar videos. Like, it's all there, just compact for you in one little website. So feel free to check that out if you haven't done so before. Yeah, I think there's a section for fan art on there too, if you want to find it. That's why it came to mind. Linktree is great for navigation, says Pastor Ali. Yeah, it really is. It's a bit weird to have like both a Linktree and a normal website, but it just kind of made sense to me. I just wanted to, like, there was all these things that I was doing at that point in time, and I just wanted to like put them in one easy to get to place, basically. We watch more Hermitcraft than anything else in our house. Awesome, awesome. Do you prefer fan art with Doom Guy, Mask, or Scream Guy? Scream Mask. I don't mind either way, really. What I prefer is, like, being a metalhead, like, I like the more kind of, like, aggressive and, I guess, masculine, maybe, in a way, like, representations of my avatar. So, like, ones that resonate with, like, metal and doom and these other things that I like, those are the ones that I really enjoy. But I enjoy all of it, like, because, you know, sometimes other people put themselves into the fan art, and that can be incredible too. So, like, I'll have my own little aesthetic preference to how I would do it, but, you know, it's just incredible to see that people, like, have the inspiration and, you know, the imagination and the passion to do these things. It's so inspiring. What is your opinion of Twitter is now X? I've really not using Twitter much anymore. Yeah, I've always had like opinions on social media and platforms or whatever, but then I've just sort of cut myself out from a lot of it lately, like news and social media. It just feels like there's a lot of noise that comes from these places, and one of the things I keep thinking about is, like, whatever the hot topic is that people are talking about and arguing or whatever online, it's like, what is the principle? Because it feels like a lot of what takes place these days is just noise around the principle of, like, how do you behave or treat another human? And then everyone's online getting wrapped up in a bunch of nonsense. Don't know quite how to explain it. Yeah, I've like cut myself out of reading a lot of news and browsing what people are saying on social media. Because, you know, something will happen and it's like you go on to like a trending topic on Twitter or whatever, and they're just all these like cheap hot takes that don't have a lot of thought or nuance to them, and people are usually just saying snidey things to each other. And it's just not a very welcoming environment, not a very helpful one, I don't think. When you have a social media site called After You and you don't use it. Yeah, you know, me and Elon on the phone. Oh, X, I love your videos, man. I'm gonna name Twitter after you when I buy it. Cheers, Elon, mate. Thanks for doing that. I always wanted that. That's what I said, yeah. Me and old Elon, you know, hanging out, chatting on the phone on a regular basis. How do you know about that, eh? Jeez, how do you know about that? Go. Oh, can I go on your rocket, mate? No, that's for astronauts. Oh, I don't want to be friends anymore. Jeez. Right, let's keep getting this sand, I guess. Even as a space program not off there. Yeah, Elon, don't call it space, call it SpaceX. Oh, great idea, X. We'll name it after you then. Cheers, Elon. Thanks. God. You lot. Right. Let's keep getting this sand. Space Xisuma. Yeah. There's the name right there. Sounds like he's obsessed with you. I have given up on a lot of news and social media because it affects my mental health too much. Yeah, same here, same here. Like, I don't want to be Mr. Head in the Sand. It's like the quality of information. I still listen to podcasts about political stuff, but like, it's like way more trusted. Like, I have trust that they bring on people that aren't going to be all sensational and have hot takes and make straw man arguments and stuff like that. That's what you get online. That's like, I feel like if you go to Twitter for a discussion, you get people trying to slam dunk on each other and knock each other down and not learn from each other or anything. So yeah, maybe I'm informed in some ways a little more and in other ways a little less. But from a mental health perspective, it has done me wonders to stop paying attention to whatever the thing is everyone's talking about. And yeah, sometimes it makes you feel like, oh, you're like completely out of the loop on something, but then, you know, it's also nice to learn about stuff when the dust has settled. I noticed how like there's an immediacy these days of like something happens and we're just immediately like dissecting and talking about it. And I've learned a lot about history through like, you know, watching documentaries and reading books and stuff, and they're about things when like all the dust has settled. So it's like, it's not all hot takes and controversy and he says, she says. It's much more like studied and well thought about. And you don't get that in this environment because it's all like right now. What's happening this minute? If only journalists did proper investigation prior to reporting on it, says Burp Potato. Well, they used to, right? Like, and it's a problem with incentives because the rate of information between humans has increased. Like, you know, you kind of have to be first to the punch, and it's a bad incentive for journalism because you're naturally incentivized to write sooner in this current environment. So, like, I think it would be easy to sort of like say that journalism's gone bad, but journalism is really important. So like I think it's the environment around it that's like transforming things. And I think what it might take is us to better support journalism. Like I am not subscribed to any journalists or directly support any of them, right? Like I can't think of, you know, other than maybe being a Patreon of like a YouTube creator you might call a journalist, right? Let's say. Like, I don't actually directly support anyone, and maybe that would be like a good way to help the problem and to put, you know, put the money where the value is, because journalism has taught me so much, like, historical, right? Like, all the things we've learnt about the world and events and things going on in it, there's probably a lot of journalism wrapped up in how we come to know the things that we know and whatnot. And it's just like, I don't know, like a hidden thing that you don't know. You don't think about, like when you watch a documentary, all these pieces of information you're learning about, how are they known, how are they reported on, etc, etc. So it could be like a funding problem as well, right? Like you want to, it's being funded in this online environment where clicks are prioritized and headlines that grab attention, etc. Like it's bad economics for the quality of the journalism, perhaps. There's too much clickbait and sensationalism. Yeah, it does feel like that, yeah. A lot of news websites used to be established newspapers have turned into subscription because otherwise they can't maintain that level of journalism, but are having trouble because people have gotten used to free news. Yeah, that sounds about right. The amount of times I've gone on a website and it's like, you have to, the thing comes up, the pop-up, right? Like, to read the rest of this article, you have to pay. And my reaction is just like, oh, I click off, right? It's a problem, really. I wonder if it could be done in a way, like, where... I always thought with Spotify, I was really, really shocked that Spotify haven't done this, right? But here's my idea. Like, if I were inside Spotify, this is what I would propose to help artists make a better living from their art. I would propose that, like YouTube Premium, you... And I'm surprised... Actually, I'm surprised YouTube don't do this either, right? But, like, if you think about how Patreon works, right? YouTube... With YouTube Premium, unless you literally watch YouTube like day and night, like the average user is going to support creators better through having YouTube Premium. And the way the money from premium is divvied up to the creators is based on what you watch. So, like, if you watch 50% of my videos and 50% of something completely different, like, the revenue gets split for the amount of watch time between what you watched. So, it's a pretty good metric that if you're engaging with something, then you can support it. This might have a bit of a problem when it comes to, let's say, like, rage content. Like, I don't know, maybe you watch stuff that makes you angry that you don't actually like. Some people do that. It might have a bit of a problem with the distribution of the wealth there. You know, you're actually giving it to sources you don't want to support, right? But with music, I mean, that's probably not a problem. Doesn't seem like a problem. So on Spotify, I'm a little surprised there isn't a system where it's like, you decide how much you want to pay. This is the thing that YouTube don't do. Like, how you say, I want to support creators by this much every month, right? Depending on what your budget is for living, your circumstance, maybe you say, like, I really love music, I want to support artists, I'm going to put a couple $100 every month and know that it goes to the musicians that I'm listening to, right? And then Spotify has your listening habits. It can literally divvy that money to the artists as you listen to them, right? Based on your listening time. And if they wanted to, they could make this like a simple system where it's like, you know, you just put a price and it divvies it up, or maybe you pay per listening time, right? So if you had a month where you didn't listen a lot, you'd give a little less or whatever. But then it's like distributing to the thing you want to support. It's distributing your contribution directly to those artists. That could be the kind of thing that could work maybe with journalism. It'd probably be hard to get people to sign up for such a system, but like, imagine if you just could put aside $100 and say, I want this to go towards quality journalism or whatever, and then it gets divvied up based on like what you're paying attention to and stuff, what you're reading, you know? Because when it's individual, you have to sign up for an individual thing. It feels a little different to then just knowing that you're supporting something broadly based on what you're already doing, right? So like signing up to a Patreon, like a YouTuber with a Patreon, is different to like just knowing that your premium subscription amount gets divvied up among whatever you watch. Because you might like support one creator and wish you could support more. It'd be like having like a Hermitcraft fund or something, you know, like you only watch Hermitcraft videos. Well, if you got YouTube Premium, that premium money gets split up based on your watch time, so like it would support exactly what you're watching, that kind of thing. Then you still support the clickbait. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's a slight problem if you watch like rage content, right? Or if you get suckered into reading some bad journalism, yeah. It feels like it would really work with music though, because music's a very intentional choice, and in music it tends to be just mostly like positive vibes and connection and stuff, right? Like no one listens to something going, oh yeah man, this song I absolutely hate it, but I'm still listening to it. You just turn it off, you don't listen to it. So, you know, let's say you give Spotify X amount of money a month, like they could easily just track up what you listen to and divvy it directly amongst the artists that you listen to. It just seemed like such a direct and easy way to support artists better if you wanted to, rather than signing up for their patrons individually or something. This needs to be a waffle. I believe it is a waffle, Turing. I believe it's an absolute waffle. But what's in it for Spotify? Well, obviously they would take a cut, right? You know, they would have to set up the service. There would be all the legal fees, the getting people to work on it to figure it out. So they would be taking a cut for those. And then somewhere on top of there, they would obviously take a bit of a profit. But that stuff can be out in the open, and you can like decide if you think it's worth it or not. Like they provide that service to distribute the money to the artists. And then you can be like, okay, Spotify takes 10%. Nah, not cool with that. Or maybe they take 5%. And you're like, okay, fair enough. Right? That's kind of my point. What about problematic creators? I listen to mindless self-indulgence and falling in reverse, despite the fact I hate both bands' frontmen. Right. Okay. So you found the problem with music there is that you might listen to something because you separate the artist from the music. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like with these systems, you could potentially put in advanced tools. So like entry level is you decide, okay, I want to give $100 a month to support the music that I listen to, and then you have more options where you can then like set in little parameters, like maybe exclude a certain artist from receiving something, or like when Spotify is doing shuffle on random artists, don't do it on that, you know? Like it might not be a great entry level thing to just say, hey, you can support and like shove all these options down someone's face, but like if you just start with something very basic and simple and then give users like an interface where they can go deeper into the settings and modify these things, then you can kind of like put in use cases for edge cases, you know? Because someone will come up with something else next about like, well, what about, I like this band, but not that one song. Well, we'll have a song blacklist filter as well if you really want to go that deep on it. But like, don't put that front and center of your product, because like it doesn't really probably appeal to the base level use. Why not have this system on top of the current Spotify system? Allow the user to set aside money that will get distributed among the people using it. That's what I'm saying, yeah. And like, I'm really surprised it doesn't exist already. It just struck me as such a, like, Spotify has this reputation problem in not paying artists enough, and people want to support artists. It just seems like a great way to do it, and I think YouTube's premium model kind of shows you it can be done and it's worthwhile. I'm actually surprised that YouTube Premium isn't pushed more by them through creators, because I can literally say, like, if you had a YouTube Premium subscription, it pays out better than ads. And so if you watch my content, you know, and if you don't, then like it doesn't go to me. It doesn't matter. You weren't even watching it. So like, you know what I mean? It just makes so much sense. Like you take the time to watch this stuff, and then it supports it. I have YouTube Premium, by the way, so I don't see ads. I just, yeah, whatever it is I'm watching, they get a cut of that YouTube money. Just very, very sensible and straightforward thing. And again, like with Spotify, YouTube could put in some advanced controls. Do you want to blacklist any types of videos or tags or whatever, you know? Why is X mining this sand? Is he getting a budget for his wood this season? I am farming wood myself, remember? Loglands. We're going to we're going to automate all the wood in that place. I mean, I've built most of the farms already, so I'll just be building the same ones again for wood automation. I'm getting sand because I'm probably going to need glass at the witch farm to build a elevator. I've got way more than I needed. I could have just picked up a shulker box and be good. Dude, what is going on here? Is there like a spawner just under the ground here or something? Yeah, on that note, I think we'll head back. I got YouTube Premium as a gift, but I never tell anyone because everyone laughs at me for it. Why would they laugh at you for it? It's so convenient. Like, support creators and you don't have to watch ads. It's real convenient. God, I wanna finish filling that up now. Queen Shazzy says, I love YouTube Premium. I really like it too. It's just, you know, I'm just repeating myself at this point. It makes so much sense to me. Okay, Doc is starting a little sooner. Ooh, cave spider spawner. Let's make sure some light lands on it. Oh, no. Wait, you didn't hit me? Oh, pro! I'm a pro, peeps. I'm an absolute pro. Just want to make sure some light gets in there. Yeah, I could send you over to Doc a little earlier and crack on with my day. There's not much more for me to do. I was going to work on the promenade a little bit, but it's not a priority. Main thing was just getting these resources for my next projects. Oh, is Doc actually... Is that... I guess I'll ask him. Let's add the word playing. When you communicate with people, it's like... I feel like it's almost like I'm asking what he just told me. So like, where's the extra context? You know what I mean? In 10 years, all premium services will also have ads. It's possible. We switch on the hour. Okay, so we won't wrap up early. Well, let's head to the promenade and do the other little something. I had some suggestions from yesterday I thought we could crack on with. Yeah, that'll do. I don't actually need to fill up the boxes, right? That's just that neatness bug in your head. That's what that is. Hey, Vapored! Thank you ever so much for your Amazon Prime subscription. Is my frames dropping a little bit here? And also, Meepsha, whose name I probably always butcher. Thank you so much for 9 months. I missed that 12 minutes ago because I've been waffling again. MS probably really wants to make Minecraft a subscribe to play game. Oh, wouldn't they love to? But it'd just be outrageous if they did. It'd be outrageous. I mean, that'd be just the biggest cash cow. Don't forget the beacon. Thank you for that. I don't know why my brain immediately went to Ace of Spades when I read that. And don't forget the Joker. Much appreciated, chat. I did completely forget on that one. First thing is, Minecraft is probably the only game I'd be forced to pay a subscription to play. Yeah, there you go. Marketplace is a cash cow already. Yeah, it probably churns to a lot of revenue over. Oh, accidental block. I was just trying to eat. Just trying to eat and dodge. There's nothing more satisfying than dodging a skeleton's arrows, because those guys are snipers. Bunch of butt kickers. It honestly sounds like something Microsoft would do. Yeah, they probably would. They're quite aggressive business-wise, aren't they? Hey! Fire P! Who's that? Again, probably another name I've butchered. Thank you for using the Prime on me, my dude. Appreciate it. I don't know what waffling means, but like I know it means messing around or not paying attention. But I'd love to know the origin. That's not what it means. Waffling is to waffle on, to talk. Like a waffle. You just keep blah, 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 blah. So as a streamer, I do a lot of talking. But every now and then, I just lock into something not related to what we're actually doing, i.e. playing Minecraft, and just waffle on about it. Like a joke. Also, chat, you have waffle... Like, those of you that subscribe to have waffle emotes, show off the waffle emotes. Every stream that I do, I get a little email showing me the details of my stream, and it shows me the top emotes that get used in that stream. Today, I better see waffle as the top emote. Alright? Or I'll get angry. Oh, I'll turn up at your house, I'll knock on the door, and I'll say, "Oi! Blue Raven 768, you know, Real Frinways, Silver Varg, Enderbram. Why aren't you using those waffle emotes?" That's what I'll shout. And then people start looking at me and I'll feel very uncomfortable and realise that I look like a complete nutter. Thank you for the waffles in the chat. There you go. See, this is why we have a waffle emote. Finally a face reveal, says CP30. Oh, you thought I wasn't wearing my scream mask. No, I'm knocking on your door wearing a scream mask, shouting waffle at you. You'll be calling the police in no time. The True Void, thank you for the prime, my dude. Appreciate it. Oh, you'll be on the phone to the police so quick. There's a guy in a scream mask here. Oh, I went one down too far. Oh. If you came to my door and just asked, want to play video games? I'll probably be like, oh yeah, alright then, okay. Immediately calm down. Oh! Dude, I'm so glad I saw that. I think we're gonna go with the torch idea, right? Anvil is somewhere around here. Not a stream torch, just a perimeter. Perimeter. Permitter was what I wrote before. Just a permitter. Just distributing out some permits, you know. Permits for hermits. Trigger. Format name. Format that name. Let's do it. I like turning the italic off on renamed items. Let's go with a nice bright red and a bold. I could do this one here. No, that's crazy. We'll go with bold. Bold looks good. Not a string torch, just a perimeter. Okay, we handled that. We handled that. It's also day 2. Let's go ahead and... We've got some glass here. We have got glass. Let's go with the white. Let's do that because... You know, there's only going to be this many people streaming today. And it kind of like nicely ties off the box, I think. Right, that pops into there. Riff Raff! 37 months, thank you, mud dude. Chat is telling me I spelt it wrong. Well, that'll be a part of the law then, wouldn't it? Center it, someone says. Oh, you want it? You want it? No, I'm going to leave it in the corner. Ha ha ha. Oh, you want me to center it? No. It's law now. Yes, it's law, Ren. It's absolute law. Right, I wanted to get some spruce, wood. Trapdoors. Spruce, wood, trapdoors. Oh, I got some dark oak over here. Brilliant. I need lots of that. Okay, yeah, I don't actually have any pre-crafted. That's what I'm looking for. Dang, I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting about that would go really well down at the front of the promenade. Because we've had loads of great suggestions about what to do down there, but I just feel like I haven't found that killer thing that ties it together yet. I don't know what it's going to be. Center it, please. Alright then. Let's do this. Since you insisted, chat. You happy now? That's what you get. Okay, gotta put these things away. Perfect, thank you. Yeah, no, it definitely looks perfect now, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I need to go put some more of this stuff in the old thingy. The old thingy! Oh, do you know what else we could have done today? Throw this stuff away. I found out that that doesn't actually work. I realized I made a mistake. I tried to show Keralis it and it wasn't working. I've got to rebuild that thing actually. The way the redstone comes together, it doesn't actually work properly. Oh, do you know, here I am like grabbing trapdoors and stuff for building, and chat's pointing out that we've got like 2 minutes to get over the dock. So I think actually we're probably not going to have time to check it out. But yeah, they're a very simple idea. Like the thing with the promenade is that I just chip away at it a little at a time, and I'm just struggling to find. I feel like there needs to be something between the floor here and the bushes, and the latest suggestion was like trapdoors. So we tried that there. What if the trapdoors are also like too high? No, actually, I think too high is incorrect. Dang it, I don't have my axe. But what's different here is that it's like raised up. And then in the corner, we could just do that. Put a little something on there. And then you got the green here. Like, maybe that's what we actually need. Not grass. We just need one other texture between the two to make it feel like some sort of proper border. You know? Iron trapdoors. I think they're... Nah. I think that's quite right. Appreciate the suggestion, but no. Dude, didn't I just like craft a stack of planks into trapdoors? These things are too expensive, man. Too expensive. I actually think that's gone in the right direction. I think now we just need the grass to be something different, and we got it. Poor Doc be waiting. I'm getting all kinds of distracted, aren't I? Let's go hand this over to Doc. That's looking great, says FireP, whose name I butchered a minute ago and probably just butchered again. Yeah, no, I think actually we're onto something there. Just the grass. Like, once we figure out what the grass needs to be and then a couple of objects on it, I think we might have just, like, cracked that little problem. Copper trapdoors. Copper trapdoors give you a lot of variety, but probably not the right build palette. Taking steps in the right direction, I think, yeah. And like I said earlier in the stream, I do this stuff so much better. Like, streaming for me really should probably stick to, like, grinding and chatting. Because the creativity stuff comes together so much better off camera. I just feel it. Like, you have your attention just pulled in multiple directions. You're multitasking. When you're off camera, man, you're not talking. You're just thinking and looking. Got some music on, maybe. Like, you're not taking in chat. You're not thinking about a whole bunch of stuff. It's just very pleasant. A boat in the river could be a cool addition. You mean like a built-out boat? That would be cool, yeah. Even though expensive, copper grates. Not for me. Not for me. I'm the man with the copper. Item frames. Possibly to put something on display on it. I don't know. But here's a master of detail. The copper... Oh, lightning rods? Might actually look cool, plopped around, maybe with a little candle on top. Like, there's so many blocks in this game. So many blocks of use. Anyway, chat, right, we're coming to the end of this one. Like, thank you so much, as always, for the amazing support. It's been a blast. Had a great time. I hope all of y'all had one as well. And Doc M is next for the stream weekend. You know, stick around for the whole day. You got a whole day of Hermitcraft entertainment coming your way. Next up is Doc M. We're gonna go find Doc and pass over the lore capsule.
About it gives me like carpal tunnel syndrome. It's like, hey, let's meet up.
Carpal
at the hourglass. Huh? What?
Carpal?
Carpal tunnel.
Carpal. There we go.
You know, carport. Carport tunnel.
Carpal tunnel. Oh man, that sounds so strange.
How's it going, man? Man, you look so... You always look so grey.
Yeah, I put on all the protective stuff and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
barely
know, it
see
looks
me.
super badass, dude.
I'm in
I
my
like
shell.
it. You should run around like that all the time.
Well, I do.
Maybe it needs some trim. Good for you that soon the trim shop will open up.
I see. I've been thinking about putting trim on it. Have you got silence? Silent is
marketing.
Yes, the marketing.
I prepared for silence. I have a warden farm now. That means I can disable the warden spawning and really look for one. That's the last one that I'm actually missing. Everybody wants silence, I know.
Yeah, it's the coolest.
1% chance in the chest, you know it, right? So.
Although we just got 2 new types as well. If you've been following the snapshots, but
yeah, I know.
That'll be a while before
I like
arrive.
it. Hammer. Everybody will whining, nerf the hammer. People are idiots that say that. The hammer needs to stay. But
exactly as it is?
Well, yeah. The only thing I dislike is, okay, maybe they can put some unbreaking on it that could be debatable. It doesn't need mending if you can repair it nicely from the loot drops. But at the moment, we tested it just this morning. I think it needs like 4 of the rods to repair the thing or something, which is ridiculous. It should be repaired by the wind charges you can craft from the rods, right?
Maybe.
Then we're talking, because we did some testing, did 3 of the trial chambers, and then you came out with like 2 stacks of like charges from it and stuff. You know, that stuff would be viable. But the rods, come on, man.
I kind of went in the other direction. I felt like they should leave enchantments off of it. I thought maybe the amount of damage you do should do more damage to the hammer. And I also kind of thought they should try and put a bit of a ceiling on its total damage. You know, because you can do stuff like one-hit the Ender Dragon and Wither, which is awesome. Probably a skill thing as well. But
yeah, but it's super great. You know, isn't it great? In my opinion, that gives people who are into that stuff. You know, all these people who love to practice bucket clutching and all this stuff.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's a skill. You want to add that to Minecraft. It's not for everyone, but you know, if you're into it, you can one-shot dragons with a elytra. By the way, you don't even have to jump. If you that one. I think if you've got a elytra on, it needs to cancel it out. But no, why? Why would you want that? What would it do if you don't have
just
it?
feels
Why
like...
would you want to make it boring? You guys should not be allowed to talk about snapshot feedback during them making it. Every time stuff gets nerfed to hell because everybody thinks it's too overpowered. And then we end up with boring items that are stuck in a shulker box and never get used.
With some stuff, maybe, but...
The rent. I was in Psycraft chat for the last hour. You know, we rented. I'm loaded.
I got ya. No, I think you need some balance here and there, right?
Yeah.
Like not everything can be OP. But the thing is, if you could actually one hit a wither in survival, that's probably really difficult. I think you got a point about skill. Like it sounds OP, difficult. But it's going to be quite difficult to pull off.
That's the thing. You know what the mistake is? Well, you know what people do? They first of all they spawn themselves a hammer. Then they stay in creative or give themselves fall damage reduction or any other cheaty thing. And then oh cool, I one-shotted a warden. I like pull it off in survival. We talk again. And that's what we need to balance around. Not about some weird TikTok clips, somebody one-shotting wardens. You know what I mean? That's
I know what you mean.
Danger. Yeah.
The amount of times I do snapshot stuff, and then when it arrives and I play on it on Hermitcraft, like it feels different all of a sudden because you're in survival.
That's what I'm talking about, right? You got to test it in real gameplay. Nobody cares. You can warden one-shot people. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I saw Ren trying to do this the other day, and I immediately wanted to come over with my ender chest, but I was busy working out, so I couldn't.
Go for it.
What's this guy?
I can't be bothered.
Oh, I don't have the concretes, like dispenser, redstone block. I got all of this.
Yeah, this guy is pesky, man. He has only...
I'm gonna stay here for a minute and do these trades.
Yeah.
Ones that I got.
All right. I'll quickly say hello to the stream. Okay, we do the stream torch still. Just add something. We feel that that fits right with us. Yeah.
Can you help me for a second? I want to get this guy in a hole.
Yeah. In a hole.
Okay. Oh, now he's gone on your build. I'm gonna break your build. I'm sorry. Oh no, stay. Oh, dang it.
I got to talk about that anyways. Like literally, this build is a day old, and I'm about to rant. Joe already managed to break my redstone. You wouldn't believe it.
I will tidy up after I'm done. Sorry, Joel's broken your redstone.
Yeah. Did you send the raid already, by the way?
I'll do that now.
Okay.
We'll get it going. Yeah, I got to wrap up my stream, so thanks, Doc.
Okay, you do you. Yeah. Talk to you in a sec.
All right, chat. That's it. I'm just going to send you straight over there. You know the deal. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest.